Oh man, well after that performance, we had to get him on as quickly as possible. It is Rise Boxing's Jesus Graterol. We are so excited to be chatting a little bit with you, my man, after such an emphatic win. How have you been a couple days removed from that performance at the Masonic Temple?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm gonna be honest with you. My back hurts a little bit, but it was because for some reason, I went to get breakfast and then went back to sleep. But when I woke up, my back was all messed up.
So your back was hurting you on fight day.
No, no, not on Friday. Like 2 days ago
Oh,
after
okay.
Friday.
I want to get back to the beginning of all of this because I've heard some stories from my boss, Zach Partridge, about how you found Fierce Fighting Championship and how you wanted to be a part of it as quickly as possible. When did you find Fierce and how did you find it?
I really wanted to fight when I was a teenager and stuff because me and my friend decided to for some dumb reason to fight on a local park over here. He choked me out. He made me pass out, and I was like, I don't want to let this happen again. So I started training by myself, just hitting a bag and stuff every day with nonstop, no technique, no nothing. Just a pair of old Everlast gloves, and that's it.
Really quickly, what was the submission? How did he catch you?
He got me on a rear naked choke,
Oh, okay.
and I
And
didn't tap
what was the reason for this? Just wanting to fight? Was there an
for
altercation
the
or
for the fun of it, for the sake
yeah?
of it. That's it.
Did he come to your fight the other day?
Yeah, he was the guy I was giving the shout out to.
Okay, okay, that totally makes sense. So I'm assuming he had trained.
Yeah, he did wrestling with I did wrestling with him in high school, but he was the one who stick with it. I could not stick with it because I had to work at Wendy's and stuff, and it was like because I had to go work, and then sometimes I just couldn't train, or I had to go train, but I had to call off and stuff, so I just had to quit the wrestling team for the high school.
How hyped up was he to see you get that beautiful win on Friday night?
Dude, he was texting me the whole week before the fight, pretty much. Texting me like, dude, good luck. I'm so happy. I'm glad. I want to see you. I want to see you fight. I want to see you this guy up.
Where did you go to high school?
The Park City High.
Very cool. So you were a part of that wrestling team. Who was the head coach over there? I used to cover Park City sports a lot.
I think it was Coach Futch. I think I don't.
Yeah.
Last time I haven't seen him in a minute. But I talked to my friend Prosper. He told me they changed all the coaches that are in the team now. They're Hebert coaches, I think it is.
Yeah, Tristan O'Connor's now leading the dance over there for them.
Yeah.
Is that the reason that you chose Rise Boxing? Was just particularly because it was closest?
Yeah, Zach told me that the gym was in Park City. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go check it out. And I told one of my teachers I was going, and he gave me a bag of old Muay Thai stuff, like from another gym. I don't. It was a bunch of Air Monkey equipment. I don't know if it's a brand or something.
That was 2 years ago. What
Yeah,
does it feel like now to look back and be like, man, I've accomplished a lot of what I've wanted to do, and now I've competed and gotten my hand raised.
it's been a journey, dude, and the journey's barely starting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like it feels like 2 years was a few days ago. I feel like time went real fast. The jiu-jitsu tournaments I did, I feel like it was like a week ago and stuff. It feels like damn, time does fly.
Do you think you'll ever go back to jujitsu and competing in those things, or is it primarily now just the focus is MMA?
No, I want to do another. I want to keep doing jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff. I love jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate I couldn't prove that I got my blue belt in the fight, but yeah, my wrestling was pretty good in the fight. I think that's what I
It,
want to think.
it was very good. It was a great matchup. What did you make of Brandon Monson? I know that he was an older fighter than you and had some experience. What did you make of the matchup going into it?
My brain, I was like, because Marco told me you're gonna bite down that more mouth guard and you're gonna go out there and strike. And I was like, ah, it sounds great for me because I love striking too.
Where does your confidence come from? Because when you're 17 years old and you're saying, I want to fight, and then you come out and you have the swagger that you do, you're hoisting up the Venezuelan flag. Like, what is it about your approach that makes you so confident?
Nothing, dude. It's just I think it's just me because generally in the backstage I was shadow boxing. I was walking around. I was nervous, but when it was time to handle business, I was ready to handle business. It's just that I've been through a lot, and I was like, I mean, it is what it is. Like you gotta go in there and do what you gotta do. or that's at least how I say it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're good. At 19 years old, do you feel lucky that you're getting into this so early? Because so many
Yeah,
people find it, mid 20s, they've got about a 5 year window in which they've got to make it to that next big step. You've got a good decade.
yeah. I'm really thankful I found out about this thing because I don't know if I can say this in the podcast, but pretty much it will. I could literally be out there smoking weed and doing stupid shit, probably be in jail right now.
When you found MMA, when you met Marco and started going to Rise, and I know you already had a wrestling background, but
Yeah,
did you feel like you had found kind of a new pathway in your life that was going to improve it?
I felt like I found my new home.
Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about what it felt like to finally find MMA and what it meant to you.
I feel like this journey, this part of my journey, it felt like the best thing that could have happened to me because there's like I know you probably heard about the situation in my country and stuff. That thing was affecting me ever since I left because my parents lied on me. They told me that we were going on vacation, and this vacation's been like 2 years or so, 5 years probably. So my parents pretty much told my dad told me that, hey, we're going on vacation. You guys are going on vacation with your mom. And I was like, okay, sounds good, because we haven't been on vacation for a minute. We've been work struggling and stuff, and I was like, all right, where are we going? United States. I I like the idea. My sister likes it. Everybody likes the idea. Until we get here, we're here 2 months. I was wondering, hey mom, when we're gonna go, and we were living with my cousin at the moment. He's like, no, you guys are not going anywhere. You guys are staying. And I was like, what? We staying here? And then I was like, that that thing started messing up with my that with stuff on my brain. I was like, damn, because I had friends over there that I didn't know I was not gonna see again. My dogs.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, my dog's still alive, but she's pretty old. She's getting old. I'd love to see her one more time, but I can't.
Have you not been able to go back and visit or anything, or what's that
No, not
situation
at
like?
all. It's been a struggle. It's not been hard, but it's like, damn, I really want to see my people. I haven't seen my grandparents. I haven't seen my cousins. My little brother was. I know he was born when I was there. No, my little brother, he finally can speak. He can finally do normal kid stuff, and I cannot be with him and see that part.
Did your family get the chance to watch you just a couple of days ago?
Yeah, my mom, my grandma, everybody was calling my family members through video call, used to record the fight and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that a dream come true for you to be able to do what you
yeah,
did?
100%.
What about it specifically? What made it so special?
First of all, my the side of my family that is in this country was here, all of them,
Yeah.
and I was expecting probably, yeah, it's gonna be a few of my friends, my from school, probably 2 or 3 family members, my few uncles. No, dude, my whole freaking family was here in the fight. It wasn't Sun Temple. It was like that meant a lot for me when I was gonna walk out and I started hearing my family screaming.
Do you think that the fire that you brought is something that's going to come with you with every fight, or do you think that was more so the first time jitters?
No, it's I'm gonna bring that action to every fight now.
Let me ask you this, because you do have a very particular case in which I would say you're very fortunate that you get the chance to work with the best heavyweight in the entire state of Utah in Kent
Yeah, we
Mafileo.
can't.
What's it like being able to train with someone who has that high of an ability?
Dude, I used to be a fan of Kent. Now I'm his training partner. And of course I still being a fan of him, but I was like when Zeke and Kent walked in the gym the first time, I was like, wait, I saw these guys on TV and stuff. I was like, my brain was not letting it like I I was lagging.
What's it like being able to learn from a guy like that, a guy like Zeke as well?
Pretty crazy. Because I mean, hear me out. They look like dangerous ass motherfuckers, but they're the nicest people you're ever gonna meet in your life.
Has Kent been able to show you some ropes and helped you improve, obviously alongside Marco and all the great people over at Rise?
Yeah,
What particularly do you think Kent's been able to do to kind of help you?
that mentality. It's like the first time I pretty much got in the gym was the sparring with him, actually, with Kent. He was like, I was clenching him towards with the at the wall, I was like clinching, and out of nowhere, he's like, "Get off! I'm gonna slam you." He just lifted me, and he just landed on top of me. I was like, I couldn't breathe for a few seconds. I started crying in there. Yeah, and then everybody, including him, was like, "Dude, if this happens in the fight, you gotta be ready because I know you want this. You know you want to fight and stuff." And I was like, "Okay." I had to keep going, even if it was like that, and it is. I guess yeah.
Now that you kind of have the point of view of what it's like to be a fighter, for you, what is the thing you're most looking forward to moving forward in your career?
Right, honestly, right now, I'm barely starting. I want to get the amateur title. Like I said on my fight. I think what I after that, I when I the next day I was like, damn, dude, you're this is too early. You're stupid. But I really want that title. Okay,
What about the amateur title means so much to you?
I feel like it will be an achievement for me. Where it will be like a really good start. I mean, the start was a few days ago, a week ago, I think it is. But it'd be great just to have that belt hanging on the gym and saying, "Yeah, I got that belt for the gym."
Were you planning on calling for the belt after you had won, or was it just kind of a thing in the moment?
It was the heat of the moment, but
Okay.
I still want that title.
How many fights do you think you're going to have before you get that title opportunity? How many more do you think you want before you really start gunning for it?
I feel like it will take me like at least 5, 6 fights.
Did you have any nerves in there at all, Jesus? Because you seemed so void of anything other than getting your hand raised.
In the walkout, I was really nervous.
Really?
Yeah, but I had that mentality that I was gonna win. I want this more than this guy wants it. I know who I am. I know what I want, and it's we're gonna see who's the best man tonight.
What is it that makes you know that you want it more?
Because I dreamed it. This is my dream, and I want to accomplish it.
What is the full-fledged dream for you?
Well, the full fledged being in the UFC, of course, getting the UFC title, but right now this is my dream. I want to get the fierce amateur title, and once I turn pro, I want to get the fierce pro title, and after that, I want to go for the UFC, and I want to get in the top 15, and get that UFC title too.
I heard rumblings that you might be fighting again relatively soon. Is there any validity to that? Are you planning on fighting again in the near future for Fierce?
Well, I told Marcos. He asked me, "Hey, when you want to take a fight?" And I told him as soon as possible. So I think it's official. I haven't signed anything. I haven't talked to anybody, but I want to fight as soon as possible.
Well, we hope to see you again. Jesus, really appreciate the time to get to know you a little bit better and to hear a little bit more about your story. Is there anything, any family, friends you want to give a thank you to before we close things up?
Well, of course, dude. First of all, thanks to Marco, to MG, to Chris Ventura, because those are the coaches in the gym, and pretty much they're the people who changed my life. Because, like I told you, I could be doing drugs in the street and probably being in jail, but no, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this and accomplishing it. Another person I really want to say thank to my mom, because she's one of the harder workers I know. She's one of the toughest females I know. Because coming to this country with 2 kids and nowhere to go, and look where I'm at right now. To my grandma for coming to the fight, to my uncles coming to the fight, to everybody who came to the fight, and to my biggest fan that she's right here. Actually, come here, come. My to my biggest fan right now.
It's an absolute beautiful dog.
Yeah,
What's the name?
her name's Jade. She's a black lab.
Well, Jesus, we're really excited for what the future holds for you in terms of this MMA career. You had an incredible performance just a couple of days ago, and such a pleasure to be able to talk with you. Can't wait
Thanks.
for the next one. Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks for the honor, Blake.